Hello all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nana the Esquire on YouTube, and today's video will be on how I incorporated Adaptibar into my bar exam study schedule. So first, let's talk about what Adaptibar is. So Adaptibar focuses on the 7 federal law subjects that are tested on the MBE. So Adaptibar offers flashcards, lectures, as well as multiple choice questions. So another question is it worth it? So I personally think Adaptibar is worth it. As you know, MBE is part A of the bar exam. So it does consist of half of your score. When it comes to MBE, repetition is the key to juggling those 7 different subjects at the same time. The only way you're going to be able to have all of those subjects straight in your head and to have all of those rules mastered is to see them over and over again. And so Adaptibar allows you to do those questions over and over, and they also offer licensed MBE questions, which is nice because you know that the questions that they have been tested on the MBE before. So they're not just making these questions up based on what they think will be on there. These are questions that were actually on the MBE on a prior administration, and so you know they're probably close to what will be tested on your MBE. You might be asking, what should I buy with Adaptibar? What is worth my money? And so I do think if there's anything you should buy, it should be those MBE questions, because the MBE is just 200 multiple choice questions. And so I think the best way to really solidify those rules is by continuing to do those questions over again. They are priced at $395 for all of them, which is very expensive, but I do think it's worth it. So Jonathan Grossman, the lecturer for Adaptibar, he does these What's the Issue lectures, which basically he breaks down all of these subjects into their most basic elements. The lectures are also really good. As I said, Jonathan Grossman is a great lecturer, but those lectures can add up. I believe the lectures are $100 per subject area. You might want to buy the lectures in subjects that you feel like you do not have a really great foundation, because I do think that he does break them down very well. If flashcards are something that you really like to use as far as studying goes, then maybe those flashcards would be something that interests you. But for me, I just didn't think it was worth the $100 for me to buy flashcards. I could just make my own flashcards. So you might be asking yourself, why isn't my bar prep course enough for me? Why do I have to go and buy Adaptibar when I already paid several $1,000s on my own bar prep course? And I will say that your bar prep course does have all the law you need, really, and all the foundation you need to pass the bar exam. Why I bought Adaptibar is because I just heard how much it helped other people who passed the bar exam and how much it helped them with their MBE. And so I really was intrigued to try it. So MBE is really known to help push up a maybe lower than average Florida score. I wanted to make sure that I put all my attention into knowing those MBE rules so that just in case my Florida score was low, that could bump me up. So how to use it. So how I used Adaptibar was that after I finished my lectures for the day, I would go ahead and go on Adaptibar to make sure that I understood the law. So I would do 15 to 20 questions on whatever subject matter I wanted to, but I would definitely scatter them. So I wouldn't just do 15 to 20 just torts questions. I might do 10 torts questions, 5 property questions, 5 contracts questions. So I wouldn't just focus on one. I would make sure that I was trying to give every subject a little bit of attention, at least all the subjects that I covered. And if I was too tired for the day, I would not use Adaptibar. I would try my best to get to it, but if I couldn't, then I couldn't. If I couldn't get to Adaptibar, I would just review my missed rule statements in my MBE notebook to make sure that I was still reviewing those rules. But it didn't make sense for me to go and do Adaptibar questions when I was tired, and I would likely misread the question. So don't try to go overboard with Adaptibar questions. I wouldn't do anything like 50 questions a night or anything crazy like that. I would keep it at the beginning to 15 to 20 maximum questions on Adaptibar. And again, you aren't just doing one subject. If you have covered more than one subject, make sure you are doing Adaptibar questions on all of those subjects and not just focusing on one. Now, if you've only done torts, then of course only do torts. But if you've done torts, property, contracts, con law, make sure you are doing a little bit of all of those questions in your prep. All right, guys, that concludes this video. And if you like this video, please do give it a big like, and also please subscribe to my channel for more bar prep content and other law related content. And I'll see you next time.